everyone and welcome to another video by Centipede Geek. Today I'm going to review a film by the name of Aftershock. Aftershock is directed by a man by the name of Nicholas Lopez. It's produced by Eli Roth. The screenplay and story both are done by both the director Nicholas Lopez and Eli Roth. And the star of the film is Eli Roth himself. And pretty much what the main gist of Aftershock is pretty much, if you want to get down to it, a thriller disaster horror film. It blends a lot of different genres actually, and it takes place in Chile, and we pretty much have a group of pretty much, younger men, and they go to Chile pretty much to, pick up women, go there for a vacation pretty much. They're in like vineyards tasting wine. They're going to parties, like I said, trying to pick up women, and all of a sudden an earthquake breaks out and the entire place of Chile just, ensues and erupts in chaos. There's people stealing things from stores, things are on fire, cars are crashing, just the ground's, cracking underneath people's feet. Like I said, an earthquake, just breaks loose, murder starts to happen, like a lot of looting starts to happen, and this chaos just reigns in Chile. That's pretty much the gist of the sort of disaster thriller horror film by the name of Aftershock. Overall, my thoughts on the film by the name of Aftershock, I really enjoyed this movie overall. The main reason, I'll be honest, that I checked this film out was because of Eli Roth. We all know Eli Roth. He's known for doing horror films such as Cabin Fever, and then both Hostels, both 1 and 2. I'm a big fan of all 3 of those films, and I have to say, Aftershock is, just as fun as those are. It's a very entertaining film. The entire time, I was anxious, of what was going to happen next. Very entertaining all throughout. There's plenty of gore moments there. There's plenty of moments there that really remind you of Eli Roth. I mean, especially, like the first 25-30 minutes of the film is straight up Hostel. You have these young men going to different kind of parties, dancing with women, trying to pick up women, trying to get laid, trying to have sex. That whole thing, that's pretty much what the first chunk of the movie's about. So we have many, very comical moments, guys taking the picture, of what's in his pants, very funny moments like that. So a lot of moments in the film really remind you of Hostel. And then all of a sudden, the movie takes it starts off being like Hostel, and then the entire story just gets twisted all of a sudden on its head, and a really cool concept comes into play, and an earthquake just breaks out. And one of the things I loved most about the film by the name of Aftershock that Nicholas Lopez directed and Eli Roth to the story is that you really got to feel for the chaos. I mean, once the chaos breaks out in the place of Chile, you really feel like you're there in the action. I mean, it's not a place you want to be because murdering's going on. You really feel like you want to get the heck out of there. While watching this film, I was thinking to myself, this is a huge, scary situation to be in that I myself would not want to be in at any point in my life. The film really did come off as both eerie and a lot of both eerie and scary elements to it. I really enjoyed it, just really cool stuff. Eli Roth, who is the main star or actor in the film, I really enjoyed him. I thought his facial expressions in the film were very convincing, just the way his eyes moved around, his facial expressions, just the whole 9 yards. Just, he's in about, I guess you could say, about the first hour of the film, and I really enjoyed him. I just thought he was really cool. I've always liked seeing Eli Roth. He's always in cameos and stuff, but this is one of, I guess you could say, one of his bigger roles to date, and it was just really cool seeing, one of my favorite directors in a film like Aftershock. So it was really cool just seeing him. He was just, I guess you'd say, a very entertaining guy in this feature. There was also another man that I don't know his name. I'm not actually familiar with him at all. Let's see. I believe his name is Nicholas Martinez, and he plays Polo. And if you don't know who Polo is in the film, he's the bald guy in the film, and I really enjoyed him. He was great in the film. I thought that a lot of his emotional sequences were just great. They were just fantastic. I really enjoyed. There's many sequences where, his character is tested to the very core, where Nicholas Martinez's character has, the bald guy, has to choose what he is going to do in a certain situation. And there's a few times in the film, I don't want to say too much, where he just has to break loose and just pretty much, self-defend, pretty much just protect himself. And those moments when he does protect himself are some of the best moments in the film. I really enjoyed that. Really enjoyed both Eli Roth's performance and then the bald guy, Nicholas Martinez. Another great thing about the film, like I said earlier, it really has a nice concept. It's not just your average horror film. It blends. It's kind of like it starts off being like this party film, then all of a sudden it turns into like this disaster film where I thought there was some really nice and creative deaths and just a creative, creative horror sequence all around. And then all of a sudden, I don't want to say too much, but towards the end, it becomes almost like a slasher movie. And you can really see the vibe that the director, Nicholas Lopez, was going for. You can really see his influences. Eli Roth, of course, you can definitely see the influences that Eli Roth had, but you can also see the direction that Nicholas Lopez wanted to do. He wanted to create something that we all kind of knew, but then spin it on its head a little bit, and then give us something new, not something that we've already seen before. That way, it's somewhat original. And I think that what Nicholas Lopez and Eli Roth both did with the film titled Aftershock, I think it succeeds very well in being just an original and just a downright amazing film that I really enjoyed, and I can't say nothing too bad about it. I mean, I don't want to say too much, but let's just say that the last 15 minutes of this film, where it actually starts to get that slasher vibe going on, it just gets straight up awesome. I mean, the gore and the blood in this film and the guts, it's in abundance, so you don't have to worry about that. Lots of films today, especially among some of the mainstream genres and audiences of horror, a lot of them just aren't as bloody as they need to be. But when it comes to independent films, you know for a fact that you're going to get as much blood as you can. I believe the film, according to some of Eli Roth's tweets, it was made for roughly about a $2 million budget. And for a $2 million budget, they did a heck of a job. I mean, the disaster sequences are great with the falling buildings. And it's just so great seeing the earth crack, and like I said, the gore is great, seeing the blood come out of their mouths, and hands being chopped off, people that are trapped under shelves whenever the earthquake actually erupts in the actual party of the building itself. But like I said, my favorite thing besides the acting and the performances and the concept was just when the chaos happens, it's scary as can be. I mean, it was just great seeing, people getting murdered just for no reason. You could really see that the characters of people that, their personalities are really tested to their limit whenever this chaos happens, because it was just, you could tell by the camera angles, you could tell by the way people were acting, that this was just a chaotic experience in general, and it just made up for a great film and all. And overall, I really just enjoyed all the chaos in the film. It was really scary. It came off extremely effective. Anyways, that's pretty much my review of the thriller horror disaster film by the name of Aftershock, directed by Nicholas Lopez, and then Eli Roth did lots of other things for it. Kudos to both of them for doing such an amazing job. I can't wait to see what both of them will do in the future. Anyways, once again, thanks again for watching another video by Centipede Geek for the film by the name of Aftershock. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe to the page below, and I'll see you guys later with more videos by Centipede Geek.